Sorry, I did a thumbs up.
Yeah, no worries. Okie doke. So we are restarting Half-Life Alyx in VR. Hopefully you can see the screen at this point. I have done the stream a couple times now, or actually one time, and I am new to recording, so especially recording in VR as well. So I decided to redo the first couple chapters before I get too far in the game, because these are the ones that got messed up the first time around. So we're going to go ahead and start a new game in a new slot. We're going to start from chapter 1. Unfortunately, like I've done the first 2 chapters already, so some of it's going to be new for me, but will hopefully be good for you. Hit start. Just at a loading screen here. So we had some floating particle effects, some ominous music playing. It's 5 years before the collapse of the Citadel and the death of Eli Vance. Subject Alyx Vance, age 19, female, affiliation human resistance, current assignment reconnaissance.
I'm next to you. Give me a second.
Sure.
Let's move something. Let's block this one.
So we start out in this kind of dystopian future that we're in. We're just at the side of a building. We come into this kind of like Final Fantasy VII type scene here. We have a bunch of railways or I guess transit ways that lead up to this like massive tower and some kind of like alien / combine ships flying around. I guess you guys can see my hands here. This is the finger tracking on the Valve Index controller. It works pretty well. There are some interactables and some throwbacks here that I can point out. There's this like radio where you can kind of like turn and tune the knob. This is kind of like an old school desktop, so you can see like the, I guess like serial connection there, USB ports, computer fans, etc., which is pretty cool. There's like a really cool bird pigeon. So you can actually interact with any of these objects. If you actually like, if I go ahead and like pick up a can, I can actually throw it at the pigeon and the pigeon will like fly away. So it's actually pretty cool because like one of the defining features of Half-Life is this like ability to kind of fully interact with the environment. And so it's good to see that they preserve that here. In VR, the locomotion can get a little wonky, so I've enabled the teleportation, which kind of just makes things easier, but so I'm basically going to be blinking around the screen here and trying to stay in the same orientation as I go. So the first area that we come to is just getting a message from my father.
Alyx, how's it looking up there?
It's good, Dad. Metrocop movement is normal. Same for the Combine patrols. How's it going in the stockyard?
One combine mini reactor from a shipment of 4,000. They're never going to miss it. Here, see for yourself.
And not only that, someone's hacked into the Combine construction network.
Don't get greedy, guys. We're not made of time here.
1 minute and I'm out, guaranteed.
Oh, also, I spotted the Combine moving supplies into the quarantine zone. That place has been deserted for years.
That is all. Well,
What is...
well, we'll look into it when we get back.
What is this?
Meet back at the safe house, baby. We'll be there soon.
It looks like...
What is it, Russell?
Would you... Terrific.
So basically, we get a call from our father and this old guy, Russell, that he's working with, and they're stealing some supplies from the Combine. We don't know what's happening to them right now. But what is cool is that we actually have this kind of like whiteboard or I guess whiteboard markers that you can draw on glass. and it's actually just showing a diagram of like the pylon and like the rail system. So what's cool here is that you can actually like grab markers in VR and actually draw on this thing. So I could say like, hey, yeah, it's fine if I'm out of frame. But basically, it's cool because it's like fully interactable. Like I think even at the color level, you can actually kind of like draw stuff. I think people have actually, you know, the first thing everyone does is like draw boobs and dicks and stuff. So actually, oh, it's all good. So let's just proceed from here. So we're just opening the door. It's cool because when you actually like open doors and you interact with items, you get this like nice haptic feedback, which like adds to the sense of immersion within the game. I think it's something that Valve has always done a really good job at. In-game menu, we're just going to save and just keep going along here. I'm going to start to breeze through some of this like slower parts. We can fully interact with this door. And then also what's cool is like this light switch, like a lot of the environment is like fully interactable as well. So it looks like there's some Combine robots that are roaming around. Just plug something into this pylon here. So I guess we'll see what's up with that. So you can actually, what's cool is that you can actually punch this door open, and it, like your punch actually has weight. One kind of like recurring theme here is that they have like these alien kind of creatures, which are a little disgusting, but they're pretty realistic in VR. So here we just have like a station that's set up. Camera is supposed to be monitoring Combine activity. I guess they were tracking what they were doing to draw some schematics of the yard and the supply drops. We get some cool throwbacks here to like VHS. So I can actually like pick up this like VHS cassette, and you get like an old school CRT television here as well, which is a nice little touch. So we'll punch that. Let's jump into this elevator. Pushing the button. Unfortunately, like these other buttons don't actually work, so we only got the green one. Actually, let me go this way. There's like cockroaches on the floor.
Alyx, are we good? Yep, they got the reactor. Easy peasy. I'm headed back to the safe house right now to meet Dad. Go. We'll be in touch.
So it looks like these are like resistance folks. They're getting raided by the Combine that are coming in. They assume that we have the reactors in possession, but we're actually not 100% sure about what's going on. There's something that just like a bunch of... I don't even know what just flew in here, but looks like some stuff just flew in here. Punch that. Check out these cockroaches like scurrying across the floor. It's actually pretty grotesque in VR. I think they did a really, really good job with the lighting in the indoor environments as well. A lot of attention to detail. So like very, very immersive. Especially on the Valve Index as well. I think it really takes advantage of the capabilities.
What is it?
This doesn't seem like a routine sweep. Are you sure everything went okay?
100%.
Something's got the suitcase riled up.
Keep your head down and be smart.
I think it actually said it on the subtitles, but I actually forgot what the girl's name was. Let's see if we can actually, like, pick up the box, throw it. The pigeon didn't react this time. I'm just going to do it again with a different object. Oh, that pigeon didn't move, so... Oh, now it moved. Okay, well, it didn't care about all the crap that I threw at it, but it cared that I came near it. Got some nice little, like, reflection effects in the, like, water, which is pretty cool. An abandoned telephone booth. Oh, you know what? Actually, so the first time I came through here, I totally didn't notice this door. Because... Okay, so you actually can't interact with the wood. Oh, wow. Wait, there was a person who's here. Who just, like, came in and shut the door. Are you serious? I totally did not see that the first time. Pigeons running away, bread and crumbs falling on the ground. Like, you really feel like you're in this environment, which they've done a really, really good job at. So I'm a little disappointed at, like, the ladder climbing, because I actually do like when you kind of, like, grab from rung to rung. Looks like a combine ship that just grabbed another supply drop. Let's see, it looks like I'm supposed to go over here. And then jump down this elevator. And go down this elevator. Oh,
Whoa, wait, I just live here.
Probable anti-citizen. Keep those hands up.
Wait, don't shoot.
Area secure limited.
Oh, that's my dad.
Give us names.
Didn't steal anything.
Don't care. What did you see?
No one, I didn't see anyone.
We'll get it out and take it to the transport.
Dad!
So they just shocked my dad. They're gonna take him somewhere.
Hey, wait, no!
I just got knocked out. And it's loading another scene. So I'm gonna try to recenter myself here. Actually... Okay, so we're still in chapter 1.
Where are you taking me?
It's called, the section we're in is called Entanglement.
Hello?
So I think we're kind of just stuck in this,
Where's my father?
this van.
Tell her to stop moving around back there.
Oh, okay. That's the front. This looks like they're just transporting me. Oh, wow. The, like, 3D audio on the explosion is pretty amazing. no duh. Thanks for the headset. So this like drone has come to rescue me. I actually just grabbed the headset from him. You can like actually kind of just put it on, and then it like kind of auto equips, which is pretty
Alyx,
cool.
you there? You've got to get moving.
Russell, I've been in an accident.
I know. I caused it. So technically, not an accident. You've got to get moving.
Wait, where's Dad?
He's fine. Follow the drone.
So, Dad's okay, right?
Yeah, well, no. To be honest, he's in huge trouble.
But
They've still got him. He was in a separate transport.
So if
you saved me?
Well, yes. I had no way of knowing who was in which van, so yes, the result was that I saved you.
Do we know where they're taking him?
Criminal holding, and then, when they realize he's Eli Vance, to Nova Prospect. But I'm already working on a plan to get him back. You're close to my lab. Keep following the drone. We'll figure out what to do.
Cool. So basically what happened was our dad's friend Russell, who's this old guy, he rescued us from the van. Fortunately, I guess he didn't do it intentionally, but our dad's going to be taken, so we're going to go rendezvous with Russell and figure out how to save him. This is actually one of the scenes that was made available before the game came out. So if you actually saw that on Steam VR, you could actually check out this environment. So you probably recognize, if you checked it out, you probably recognize that you could have checked it out before the game came out. So we're just going to follow the drone. Some helicopters flying over. Bags of cement laying around. So like the first time I played this game, I actually didn't see... Actually, I didn't see those combine that just ran by. But I actually didn't see that the robot... So for example here, like where do I go, right? You can't go towards the van. It's kind of blocked off and there's no jumping. You can't actually, if I come
Russell,
here and
What did you
I
guys find back there?
open the door, I can't
That's
really
the
do
crazy
anything
thing.
here.
I don't know.
So actually, like,
Blurry pictures of a...
what you're supposed to do is run up this
Citadel?
No, something else.
run up
whatever
this
it is,
ledge here,
they're
and then
gonna
you can
kill
actually
anybody
jump.
who saw it, and anybody who knows anybody who saw it, which means us and your dad.
Russell, just hang on. I'm almost there.
So we're going to continue to follow the probe. The probe is actually, or the drone. The drone's pretty quick, so you kind of got to watch out. He's pointing us to this other side of the garage. So I'm going to knock this door out of the way. So he's going under, and then this merry-go-round is actually like a throwback to, I believe, Half-Life 2, and I still actually have to look up what scene. It was one of the iconic scenes, but I know it featured like a merry-go-round. So they feature like a lot of little Easter eggs in the game, which we all love. And then actually, one thing I didn't notice even the first time around is like this game of tic-tac-toe, which is pretty cool. You can kind of like, I guess, play it with yourself. Almost like a kids kind of thing. So they just put like a lot of effort in like the smaller details that, like, for example, I just completely missed that the first time I did this. We're just gonna grab this, climb up the ladder.
Alex, everything cut out for a second. I lost the headset video feed. Can you see my drone? Is it okay?
Sure. Yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
So the drone is actually dead, and we kind of lied to our friend here, saying that it was still alive. Okay, we're gonna open this other hatch. Apparently no one wants to lock their stuff. We got like this old school radio here. Unfortunately, we can't really interact with it. you can open the locker, which is pretty cool. And then if you push the button,
Alyx, great.
reveals the
Okay,
trap
let's-
door.
Wait, my drone's okay, right?
Nope, it exploded. I'm fine, by the way.
Right, good. Well, that's the main.
Russell, they've got Dad.
I know. This is bad. They're gonna find out what he knows, and then, yeah, they're gonna kill him.
Oh, God.
But the good news is we've got something they don't.
Which is?
My plan to get him back.
Great. Let's hear it.
Now, pretty soon they're gonna realise that your dad is not gonna talk, and when that happens, he's off to have his brain sucked out.
Russell.
Potentially, maybe not though. I mean, they could just drill into
Stop.
his. Oh yeah, still your dad. Right. Well, what they will do is take him by train from here. This is Eli to Nova Prospect.
And if he gets on that train,
So he's going to Nova
That's it.
Prospect.
right?
Not necessarily. Grab something that represents us.
So I'm going to grab something here and put it on the little 3D board. Actually, so the first time I grabbed a mug, but maybe I'll grab a fork or something.
Anything will do.
Let's see.
Okay, that's you.
I thought you said us.
Well, one of us, me, will have to stay here for this plan to work.
All right? Fair enough.
Just outside, there's a second train that also leads out of City 17 through the quarantine zone.
Okay.
Both trains intersect here at Fairview Junction. You take your train, get there before his train, and hack into the controls. That'll let me take over the system. Train comes to a halt, you deal with the Combine situation, and we get your dad back.
Sounds good. Where's the train I'm taking?
Out the back, through the yard. It's decommissioned, but I think I can hack into its controls. Oh, and get yourself a pair of Russells on the way out.
Russell's?
The gloves, Alyx. You know, the gravity gloves. I have a few sets through there. You can calibrate them out by the shed.
Got it.
We can do this, Alyx. You got that, didn't you, that I said we could do it? Because we're gonna do it.
Yeah, we are.
I'm with you every step of the way.
Nice. So what's cool here is that the actual, like, the CRT TV in the back is kind of like mirroring what I can see. And then, like, all the computers that they're using are like throwbacks to old school stuff. So we're going to go ahead and pick up, I think this is the, sorry. I think this is the train that we're about to get onto. So we got a rendezvous. We're going to take one train to meet my dad, who's on another train, and try to stop the Combine and rescue him. So that's kind of our plan. We're going to pick up a little, some cool toys on the way and kind of shove our hands in this little thing. Get like a nice little haptic feedback on that. And it looks like we have a new toy to play with. So we kind of just open this new area. And let me reorient myself here real quick. Another garage.
All right, you know how this goes. There should be a bunch of junk down there.
Oh, okay.
Aim at something with your hand open.
So,
All right, make a fist.
so these gloves are basically like the gravity gun in Half-Life 2, where you can, well, actually they're probably not as powerful, but what you can actually do is grab things and pull it towards you, which is kind of like actually a neat trick that helps in VR as well, because, you know, if I'm standing here, I'm not actually able to reach everything. So
You're attached. Make a grip.
basically, like, I can point to something and then
Registered.
grab
Now
it.
flick your wrist
Sorry.
to bring it in.
Point at something, it gets highlighted. I can grab it and then
Now
pull it,
catch it.
and then
Just
catch
like
it.
that. Great. Try again. Excellent. Now make a fist. You've got it. Just a little flick of the wrist.
And I can
You're on
actually,
it.
what's cool is
One more
that
time.
I just got this construction hat, and I can actually put it on my head. And then if you see at the top of the screen, it actually
Point at something
like
with your hand to
indicates
touch. Yep,
that
you're tethered.
I have a
Now close
construction
your
hat on.
hand.
So I'm gonna go ahead and grab, like, let's say
You've got it. Just a little flick of the wrist. Try catching
soda
it.
can.
That's it. Perfect. We're done. Oh, wait. I almost forgot.
Alyx, up here! You're gonna need a gun! Don't worry, it's unloaded. It's unloaded now! Oh, almost forgot. Guns need ammo. Here you go.
Okay, so what's cool is that, like, so I caught this gun. I have the actually, like, the mag, And what you can actually do is just like the way you reload is you kind of just like jam it in, and then you slide this chamber out to lock it. So it's like a nice little like satisfying action that's more realistic than your traditional FPS. And then you can switch between the gun and the hands. Unfortunately, like they actually like, unless I'm doing this completely wrong, like there's no actual way to break these locks without shooting them. So you kind of just like have to waste.
Oh,
Just kind of have to
you,
waste
took
bullets.
care of that lock then. Good, great. Did have the key for it, but should have given you that. That's on me.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pick this other mag up. Oh, and then you kind of have to like, you have to put it in your backpack. So whenever you stow something, you have to like grab it and then put it behind you, which is like signifies putting it in your backpack.
All right, here we go. Next stop, Fairview Junction.
Thanks, Russell.
And good luck, Alyx. Goodbye.
So he just bid me farewell.
Just to let you know, I am still here, though.
I know.
And now we're at a loading screen. So I think we're at another, I don't know if we've actually reached chapter 2, but at another section of the game. Oh, actually I think we are. So it says the quarantine zone, which I think is actually the
We might have a problem. Probably
initial
nothing to worry
part of
about.
chapter 2.
Did the train stop? It stopped, didn't it?
Yeah, what happened?
It's jammed. When the Combine shut down the quarantine zone, they must have tightened security.
Which means?
Yeah, you're nowhere near Fairview Junction. You're just outside the QZ. And this is as far as we get by train.
Then I'm headed on foot.
Good. I'll see if I can get you in some other way.
So basically what's happening is we went on the train for a bit, and then it stopped, it got blocked, and we're kind of stuck, and we have to just walk our way there, which we kind of assumed, right? Like the game is going to throw these kind of obstacles in the way. But since I think we've actually officially reached chapter 2, what I'm going to do is save here and then do a separate video for chapter 2. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Actually, I don't even know which way I waved.